It's over. Everything starts from now. We all go down unless we stay together. Ain't no one man above the crew, you know that shit.
You think you about to pitch straight and go like this? Ma, don't stop. You won't forget it.
Who was your favorite LSD person?
What?
Is it him?
I have no haircut.
Is it me? Or is it the midget that's gonna sit right here?
The undone one.
He's vertically challenged. He's gonna come out. He's gonna be uber excited. He's gonna say some stupid shit. Guess what?
Fucker, man! Fucker!
It's not gonna be.
Nah. We're good. Welcome.
This is fuck somebody for me.
I wanna love you. Wait, I like this song.
I said she got his and her toothbrush.
Alright. Roll. Yeah, that's right.
Introduce the episode, nigga.
Hey, episode 11.
I love when we're freckles.
Don, more for you. Episode's gonna be about.
Hey!
We're gonna talk about black fatherhood stereotypes.
Proper stereotype. I like that.
And shit, I won't wear no shades this episode, I'll tell you that.
He gets sentimental about this one.
Yeah, this one means a lot to me, so if y'all gonna talk, y'all not gonna wanna talk, but this is definitely one I ain't gonna hold no punch with y'all on. So when you hear about black fathers, you never hear about the positivity of them. You always hear negative shit. Black fathers are not involved in their child's life.
That's what they say.
Black fathers don't pay child support.
That's what they say.
Black fathers. I know. Fuck me up. I had Black fathers are not supportive of their children.
That's what they say.
Black fathers are not primary in their child's lives.
That's what they say.
Black fathers.
Basically, what my brother is saying, right? He's saying
Black niggas don't do shit.
He's saying that the stereotype is that black fathers doesn't do nothing for their kids,
Let me ask y'all two a question.
and that's a lie.
Let me ask y'all two interviewers a question. Is it an accurate perception that black families are devastated by absent fathers?
Say it again.
Is it an accurate perception that black families are devastated by absent fathers?
I'll let you.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm going to say no. Why I'm going to say no is because my family, I can only go by my experience, my family, what I see. All the women in my family are either together or they are married with their children's fathers, uncles. They've been married for a while. I could say more with cousins. They are cousin and brother. They take care of their kids, but they have to work because of either child support or they got to provide for their kids. So we can't say, hey, it's not no black fathers out here or whatever. Fatherhood had to be adjusted for the times that we're in.
Right.
Now, before it was like, oh, the dad is home, the dad is at the, let's say, factory, making their money, and they come home to their wives and going back and forth from there.
Right.
Nah, that's not the norm no more. That norm back in the 50s, 60s, that's done.
Right.
If we look back in the 80s, you gotta look at the crack, cocaine, all that stuff or whatever. That had to be adjusted.
My dad was in there.
So you had to adjust to that, to the 90s, and see what they're doing now with the fathers. But the fathers are becoming the men, I would say boys, are coming fathers earlier now.
Right,
so they don't know how to be fathers.
Right, because they don't have that
They didn't have a father. Yes.
Because they don't have the father figure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you gotta also put the blame on, I ain't gonna say put the blame, but you gotta look at the women who are having these kids.
Right. Very
The
true.
women who are having these kids or whatever, they don't know how to be mothers because they didn't have mothers themselves.
Very true, because their moms sometimes is young, so it's like more of a friendship than a whole mother and daughter bond. You feel what I'm
But
saying?
it's more of them not knowing how to do certain things
Right.
to be a mother. The same thing for the guys. They don't know how to do certain things to be a father.
Well,
They think, oh, we're gonna give a couple dollars or whatever. We're gonna give a couple dollars. All right, you know what? I'm paying for them, the sneakers. I'm paying for this. And you know what? The kid needs sneakers. The kid needs clothes, but the
Right.
kid needs
more time.
They need everything that a man can bring to them and show them. Shake a man's hand. Talk to when you shaking somebody's hand. Look at them in their eye. Those type of things. It's the basics for being a man.
So
I think more so is like, and I could say I know you ain't got a kid, but I know you're a great godparent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more so like me and Dot we're dads. So it's more so I think with us is we got to a point to where we became great fathers. You feel what I'm saying? Because like we didn't have,
Because in the beginning you just didn't know what to do.
I didn't.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely.
Like, 'cause, like when I first had my first child, I was like,
Oh,
I didn't really know.
I got a child. All right.
Yeah, I really didn't know.
You didn't know.
I really didn't know what it was, but I was there, but I wasn't because more so
Because
I was
you want to
working.
still have your fun. You still want to do this.
That's
you still
still
young.
yeah. Like I working, and then I had, and then like child support hit, so had to work even more because you got that child support, so you got to pay for things, and then it got to a point where it was like, now she needs time. But how can
That's
I
the
give
most
time?
important part.
And it is the most important. But how can I give time?
When I gotta pay these bills.
But I gotta pay bills and I got the child
Absolutely.
support. You feel me? So I think that's where a lot of women get construed as like, oh, well, we need time. But if you want child support, that has to be paid. That kid has to be well taken care of. And then when I do get the kid, I still gotta have money for the kid and where I'm living and doing all that or other stuff too. So I think with me and him, we got to a point to where we got great. And like, you know, some baby moms, I don't know how they are. They might not understand.
Because you know who tells the narrative of a father?
What's that?
It's always the mother.
It's always.
But you know who
it's
should
always.
tell the narrative of a father or a
The
mother?
kid.
the child.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the kid.
You can't
So-
say, and I'm
It's
not
the
trying
kid.
to say anything bad about anybody, but you can't say that you're a good father.
Yeah,
You
right,
can't say, you know why I'm saying that?
You're right. You're not,
Because you're not a
100%.
father to yourself.
Right.
The only person that can say that you are a great father, a good father, it can't be the mother, it has to be the kid. So
Right.
if the kid say, oh, my dad is a good dad, you a good dad.
But then again, you can't really say that because you know why? Like I'm not saying none of mine's do it, but I'm speaking in general.
Because the baby mom say, or
They
the
can
kids
always put poison into their heads, like, oh, right, well, he's this, he's that.
So do you
You
believe?
feel what I'm saying?
Do you believe in the stigma that black fathers aren't there or active in a child's life?
No, absolutely not.
I think some of them are, but I think it gets to a point where they come kind of absent is because of the relationship with the mother. If you really look at what I'm trying
The only
to say,
reason why I say no is because I see where he's getting at, but when you
I do see where you're getting at
when
too.
you stereotype it and say that the black fathers, because there's some white fathers, there's some Spanish fathers, So when you look at it, I can't just say.
But
the
I
black
get
fathers are the
But
ones
listen,
that's-
I get where he's coming from because it's more so
Absolutely.
that it's only that they're saying it's black fathers.
Because that's media. That's
Yeah,
where they want to kind of take it.
So how would you take this? I'm gonna say a statement, and then y'all tell me how y'all would take it.
Mm-hmm.
Fatherness is not defined by a living arrangement.
It should never be.
No.
It should never be that. But it has to come down to
About your responsibilities.
Right, that too. But it comes down to it because you, not saying you, but I'm speaking in general. Like you and the mother don't have an agreement to where y'all can even have that bond to where like y'all don't even gotta go through all that bullshit to have that. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Co-parenting is not.
Co-parenting sucks.
It takes a mature person.
And I'm only saying this, and I'm not saying that we had to be in a relationship.
Does it suck?
I'm saying it sucks because like
who does
communication.
Who does it suck
But it
because
takes
of?
a
Is it
mature
more
person.
so
Right.
sucking? Is it more so sucking because of the father, who may be angry, agitated, or is it more so sucky because of the hurt, scorn?
Both.
Battered.
It's sucky, as you said.
It's both,
From
bro.
the communication, the
Yeah,
lack
it's
of
both. It's
communication.
communication. It's both,
That's the only
bro.
thing I can say.
It's both.
Because you can't put it on each person.
Because like
you have to have communication
right?
with it.
Because like you could be mad. Now once again, I'm speaking in general. You could be mad, and then she could be mad, and then it's like, where's the communication at for y'all to say fuck all
Because you
that
can't
shit
blame
because y'all got
somebody.
the
'Cause
kid.
it's the kid that's
Right, you know what I'm
the one
saying?
that most damaged.
And me and you, we've been through
It's
that.
not everybody's not mature enough
Yeah,
to go
everybody
through
not
that.
mature. We've been through that, so it was more so like at a certain point we can't talk to people. So it was like you gotta resort to court. You gotta do all this dumb shit instead of having a fucking regular grown conversation. You don't want nothing to do with each other, but then at the end of the day, it should be a grown conversation about the fucking
So do
kid.
you, so do you feel like control?
I think it plays
Absolutely.
a part.
Control
Yes.
is more of
Yeah.
the narrative for black fathers in
Yeah.
their situation.
Say that again.
Wait.
So do you feel like control is more of the narrative for a black fathering situation?
Who's controlling?
Control,
Like
period.
abortion stuff or like
Control
big mamas?
based off of mothers and court and what a father may want. Control, period, is more of a factor in black fatherhood. Control.
I mean,
Do you think control is a major factor
Who's
in
going
black
to be controlling? I'm just trying to get.
the courts control the courts control.
All right, so the way I'm hearing it that you're saying, I
But
don't
you
want
can't
nobody.
say black parents.
Yeah,
And
and that's the part.
No, because if you look at fatherhood, I'll give you a fact in fatherhood, right? I'll give you two facts. Majority of black fathers live with their children. Yet we have these stereotypes. This is a fact. Majority of black fathers live with their children. I'll give you another fact. You ready?
I'm listening. I'm not saying that you're not wrong. Bro.
Black fathers are recorded as the most involved in all primary ethnic groups. These are facts.
So
Yet black fathers have the most stereotypes. They have the most stereotypes, the most negative
I
stereotypes
think
at that.
black people have the most
stereotypes.
stereotypes.
Yeah.
But when it comes to children and raising a child, black fathers have the most negative stereotypes. This is a fact.
I agree with that one too. But I hear what you're
It's a
saying.
stereotype.
Yeah, I hear what he's saying though.
I hear it.
But it's more so like, can we really like change that, or can we just be like, this is it? Because like even on TV, it's like that.
All right, ready? So
It's horrible like that because like
I'm
even
gonna
like you got like comedy shit. They be like white people like, oh well, at least my father's around. You
So
feel what I'm
so
saying?
ready? So I'll give you another fact. Close to 10% of black fathers are the primary care provider in a broken home or co-parenting relationship. Did you know that?
No, I knew that.
10%.
I knew that.
That means 90% of black parenting is supported by the mother. Not saying that the father's doing bad.
They just more because they
The mother's primary is based off of the court system.
They just with the mom majority of the time. That's why
Because of the
it's
court
because
system,
they-
yes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And it sucks because
So wait, say that one more time because I'm getting it, but then it's
So
like,
close to 10%
Uh-huh.
of black fathers are the primary care provider for their child in a home or co-parenting situation. Meaning that the dad makes all the decisions. That's only 10% in black parenting. This is a fact.
I mean, that's only 10%.
10%.
Right?
That means that dads have no say. 90% of black fathers have no legal say. How do you feel about that?
But do you feel... All right, so...
90% of black fathers have no say legally.
Put it like this. Do you feel like only our black women just run to the court system?
No, I'm not going against the black women. I'm saying
no, we're not going against that. But I'm saying
stereotypes right now.
No, I'm not going against the black women. I'm just saying, do you feel like it's like mostly the more percentage of our black women
I feel like
run into the system?
I feel
because
like,
things ain't going right.
No, I feel like that. Personally, I would say I feel like that black fatherhood is damaged based on the relationship between mother and father compared to child to father. The child is never given a fair chance
what they're going through
based on the relationship of the mother and the father. So the child will always be affected negatively based on the relationship between the mother and the father.
I kind of feel that. I feel what he's saying on that.
Like the dad may not, if in 10% where the dad is the good co-parent or the primary, now the mother who may have been, going through something that has got her life together and is at a certain place in her life where she's stable, she may not get a fair shot based on the relationship between her and the dad. Meanwhile, in 90% of situations where it's co-parenting, the father is never getting a fair shot at being a dad or a father based on the negative impact of his relationship with the mother. That is a fact.
Because we can only go by the stats that we're given. You're given the stats, so I can only go by the stats. Right. So we're going by stats. Say that is 1,000 fathers out there. 100 of those 1,000 fathers are going through these stats that you're giving us.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's 900 fathers that's not part of this stats because they're taking care of their kids. They're taking care of what's going on.
Okay.
They're not going to work. They're not. So 900 of them are not part of.
And what if 900 were not seeing a child, not being allowed access?
Absolutely.
Not
but we're
being.
Only talk about the.
We're going off the. No, you're right. We're going off of the percentage. Yes.
I can only, but.
I get what you're saying.
Again, the stats is the part where I don't see that.
All right, so you ready?
I hear about it. I don't see it.
Let's go off stats. Let me ask y'all questions then. We can go off stats. I'll ask y'all 2 questions and we can just keep going this way. Right. So, answer me these questions in your particular definition. Not a book. Mars' definition and Butter's definition of this. I'm going to ask y'all a couple questions.
Okay.
What is a deadbeat dad?
Someone that doesn't take care of their kid. Not around. Somebody just absent. Basically. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, so that was your answer?
Yeah.
Deadbeat father is a person who don't do shit. So they can not be around their kids, but if they're paying child support or whatever, that's what the mom kind of wants them to do because they're pressured to doing that. And
so that means that they're taking care of their kids?
They're taking care of their kids because that's what the... So if you tell me, if I'm taking care of my kid, and if I can, let's say for $200,
okay,
like paying my bills, doing that, give you $200.
Okay,
but my baby mom or the kid's mom, because I hate that word, baby mom, gets mad that I'm only giving $200, and she goes to court, and then the court says, you know what, $200 is too much. Now he can only give you $50.
Right.
You're asking for the $50. Right. So now you said that I wasn't taken care of. Right. Now the court is telling me I can pay $50 and don't have to have no visitations or nothing or whatever because the court is telling me to do that. I'm going to give the $50. You asked for this. Right. But when I was giving you the $200,
you didn't want
and coming to pick my kid up.
Less.
Yes.
Yeah, I get
so now I'm here with the $50 and that's it. Because the court told me to do that. So now, it's fucked up being a dad, but the court is telling me to do it, so that's what I'm going to do.
Nah,
so now I'm a good dad because the court said to pay the $50 when I was already taking care of my kid,
and then all that,
giving them money.
And then all that, you ain't got to get them now because, like, look, now this is what you wanted.
Yes.
I get where you're going with it.
So,
I get where you're going with it.
So here we go with another question. And I know I'm not answering because I'm asking.
Morally, that's fucked up.
I'll give me at the end of I ask all these questions. So is a deadbeat dad someone that pays financially for the child but has no involvement? Does that make you a deadbeat?
No, because you're paying.
Because that's what
they wanted.
Went through it
that's
to get some money. Yeah, it's not about the kid.
So what if you didn't go through child support and you had a financial agreement with the mother of your child that you would do this, that, and the other, and you still didn't see that child? Are you a deadbeat?
No, because that's what the mother wanted them to do. Now, I think you should. Morally, I think you should have more with the kid. Yes,
morally.
But I can't call you a deadbeat dad because that's what y'all agreed on.
So you
and the mother agreed on.
So you basically saying you're deadbeat because you're not spending time.
No, I got some other questions to ask you. I'm asking you right now. Are you a deadbeat if you provide financially but not?
My thing is you're providing financially.
That's what you agreed on.
You agree on it. I get that. But my thing is like if you do that, you had to spend time with your kids.
All right. So are you a deadbeat?
If you didn't agree with your kid's mother about that, and they just asked for that, it's communication.
No, I get that. It is communication, but I still think that you would be kind of fucked up because you're not seeing the kid.
All right. So are you?
I hear what you're saying. I agree with you.
You ready?
What the fuck is this? Go ahead.
Are you a deadbeat if you're someone that provides financially and is involved?
Hell no.
Hell no. You ain't a fucking deadbeat at all, bro.
All right.
There.
Are you a deadbeat if you don't provide financially and you're not there?
If you don't provide financially and you're not there?
Not done.
Oh, okay.
If you don't provide financially and you're not allowed.
But why are you not allowed?
Because you and the mom have a horrible situation and she doesn't.
Then you know what I'm gonna say. What I'm gonna say is, and this is going to real shit I'm gonna ever say.
Are you a deadbeat?
No,
because then you go to court, you get that joint custody, you do what you gotta do, and then you're a deadbeat if you don't do nothing about it. Point blank, period. I'm gonna just keep it real. If you just sitting there and like you can't provide, you don't want to see your kid. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, like if you being a dad and knowing like you didn't, I'm not saying you, I'm speaking in general, like if that person didn't have a dad and knowing that you want to be better, then you take the step above and beyond her and you go to court, you do what you gotta do, and you motherfucking get custody, you can provide whatever you can provide. Visitation, right? And then you be in that kid's life, because anything, money ain't gonna equal up to shit. It's gonna be time.
So we can agree.
Yeah, but we're saying time, but if the mom, if the mom is only asking for one thing,
I'm sorry, y'all.
If the mom is only asking for one thing, and then it's like we having a contract.
But I can't do that.
No, morally, yes, I agree with that.
I can't
absolutely.
I can't do that.
But we're talking about certain things where we're looking at questions.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I can't see that. I can't be that way. But when we're looking at it, and the mom says, let's say that we have a contract.
Right.
Hey, Butter, I just need you to provide. I need you to provide painting for my for the houses and stuff that I'm getting.
Yeah, my fucking face. All right.
Yeah. I just need you to paint.
Right.
That's it. But now you went to the business or whatever. Oh, now I need you to provide the paint. I need you to provide the supplies. I need you to provide the workers. I need you to provide. Now that's adding more to it.
Right.
But in your head, you thought that you were just coming just to paint. I can't be mad at you because you come in and I told you.
Yeah, you come in. Yeah, I get
so when it's an agreement and saying, hey, I just need you to give me $200 a month.
Right.
That means that's the type of father that you wanted. But now you say, hey, I need you to take care, to come see the kid every other weekend or something like that. Talk to him about his homework and give me $200 a month. And then you,
I'm about to shoot the shit.
But if you change it around for that agreement, then no, you can't call him a deadbeat.
So we can agree that this is another one.
Mm-hmm.
We can agree that a deadbeat is someone who does not.
Yep, come on, Cooper Anderson. Motherfucker.
we can agree that a deadbeat is someone who does not acknowledge that child's existence. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's a deadbeat.
That's a deadbeat.
That's definitely a deadbeat. Like, you're always deadbeat.
I'm only one who disagree because I agree with y'all.
Right.
But if that's what the agreement was,
No, I know what you're saying. If it's an agreement, then hey, you can't be mad because that was the agreement. I understand that, but us having morals is more so like, bro, you're a deadbeat.
Let's make it spicy. Let's make it spicy.
You're a deadbeat at that.
You ready? Let's make it real saucy right here. Let's get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you about to
Come on, take your salt and throw it over your shoulder now.
You know what I'm about to get the motherfucker flick of the wrist, Magic Johnson this shit.
Go ahead, man.
All right. Is it
Why you gotta say magic too?
magic? No, look. All right. So is a deadbeat dad someone who provides financially, is involved in all aspects, but is publicly ridiculed
But why is he ridiculed?
and portrayed as a absent father
Why is
by
he
a scorned mother?
Nah, he's not deadbeat. It's just somebody that's scorned. That's all that is.
All right. So you ready?
Yeah,
Let's
it's just somebody that's scorned.
I want to make it
That's
filthy.
all.
I want to make it filthy.
Okay.
I want to make it a little bit dirty.
Yeah, it's just somebody.
You know what I mean? So when that happens and everybody sees you
Right.
as a bad dad,
Right.
but yet you work 2 full-time jobs.
Right.
You work fucking 16 to 18 hours. No.
I
Ready?
already know
You ready?
No, here we
You
go.
work 16 to 18 hours.
Yeah, I work 2
And you
full-time
pay your
jobs,
child
you know
support.
that.
Wait, no.
I pay
Listen. I'm about to make it real filthy. You work 18 hours a day, right?
real fast.
You work 18 hours a day, right?
Right.
You only get motherfucking 6 hours to yourself.
Basically.
You ready?
Yeah. Still picking
You got two different child's mothers, right?
Right.
And one publicly lets the world know that you don't do anything for your child.
Right.
Yet you pay child support and provide time.
Mm-hmm.
And the world still
Views me as a deadbeat.
views you as a deadbeat because you work so hard, not only to pay your child support so you legally do not go to jail,
So pay for bills and shit too.
and you still got to pay bills to provide for when them kids come be around you,
Right.
and you still have to pay bills to provide when them children are with you, but the world still views you because they know who she is,
Right.
or because they see her point of view and she can paint that narrative.
Right.
Does that make you
Deadbeat?
a
That make
deadbeat?
deadbeat? No, it doesn't.
Not in your eyes.
But
In the eyes
but
of the world around us now that we live in.
But
what,
again,
what can we possibly do?
No. This is the question I'm asking you.
No, I hear what you're saying.
In the world we
In
live
the
in
world we
nowadays,
live in,
people
what can-
are perspective driven and not always
That's-
based off of the facts.
But that's what I'm saying. What can we possibly do?
It's
That's
just-
how they view us if we know what
No.
we're doing.
Does it? This is the question.
I heard
Does it make
shit.
you a deadbeat dad?
And I
based off
said
perspective?
no. I said no because like I know what I'm doing.
Does it make you a discouraged dad?
no, because you're not doing it for
Answer
the world.
the
You're doing it for
nigga.
your
Do
kid.
not know. Yes. Answer the question right now. We on camera. I asked for a reason. Does it make you a discouraged father at times? Keep it a buck.
It does.
Discouraged.
At times.
Because somebody else is telling that
No.
you're a
it
bad
does.
father.
Based on
It's
which.
your kid. Your kid
I know.
has the
I
decision
know,
to
but-
say that.
No.
Can't nobody tell you
I know,
that
based
you
on-
are a
but
bad
listen,
father.
based on-
as
based
being
on-
a father.
Mhm.
Being a father.
Mhm.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
being a
I got
father.
Not what you do, based on how the
it's hard
world
because
portrays.
it's hard because like you know you hear this and hear that and then you be like, damn, I'm really out here trying my best to be a good father. Like why is it shouldn't matter. I hear what he's saying. It shouldn't matter,
I'm not
but
saying,
it should.
I'm not
This is what I have
saying,
to say.
yo,
I know,
I'm
but
not
it-
saying I
but it-
don't.
but it-
I'm
it's
not
hard.
saying I
It's
don't
hard.
hear more.
It's hard, bro.
I
It
hear
is.
more
It's hard.
on not
I
giving
hear
a
more.
fuck
I hear
on
more.
what-
I hear more. 100%.
But I'm saying every other father who actually, not the ones who give up, but the ones that fight
hard.
really hard for their children,
Yeah, it's hard.
it's really hard to take on the
it's
chin.
even- but listen,
But you
it's,
know
but
what?
listen,
You're
it's
not-
even harder. It's even harder when your kid is getting fed some bullshit.
See,
Okay,
I
now
didn't
that's
even.
different.
Yeah,
No,
that's
listen,
even harder.
yeah.
I
That's
didn't.
even
I
harder.
see, listen.
That's
I
hard.
left that off the list
Only
because
reason
I was
why I
going
say
to go. What happens
Yeah, it's
when
harder.
I don't know
That's-
what happens? Are you a deadbeat when your child starts to believe
that's even harder.
the misinterpretation
because you
of a mother's intent.
you know what it is too, and you're not your friend. You're not friends with.
You're not. Yes.
And then it's more so like they're friends, so it's like they had conversations, they talk, whatever. When they come to daddy house, and I'm just speaking in general, when they come to daddy house, it's structure. You feel me? You're not gonna do what you want to do. You're not gonna be on this phone for long. You're not gonna be on this. You're not gonna be doing this. You're not gonna be doing this. Oh, I don't like coming to daddy house. Yeah,
The
you don't like
environment
coming
changes. The environment
you feel me?
changes.
So then it's like, oh, I'm hearing what mom's saying. Now, dad, it might be right about what dad's
you
saying.
can only do what's best for you to be the father.
No, Mark. Listen, I agree with you 1,000%. But I was
I
saying,
mean, we can talk about it all day.
no.
I mean, I'm going to have a different
no.
view.
What I was saying is that
agree with
it's
you 1,000%
really
too.
hard.
It's very hard for.
It's hard for black fathers to maintain.
It's hard for fathers.
I was speaking on because black fathers got more stereotypes. I'm not saying that white dads, Puerto Rican dads, green dads, black dads, Russian, Italian, whatever. Fuck. I'm not saying them. Yes, fathers as a whole have it really hard because interpretation can be taken a whole different way.
A whole nother way.
I was just saying that black dads have the worst stereotypes.
We do.
That's all.
We do.
And I'm not going to
Not agree with
not agree with you, but I think black people have
it. Black people in general is just fucking fucked up.
it's just what
we just fucked all the way up. That's all that is. I mean, cause what can we really fucking do?
But
like, if somebody
I like
really
to prove their stereotypes wrong. Stereotypes and stereotypes.
Listen,
It is
No,
what it is.
it just was about stereotypes and black dad stereotypes of dad.
Niggas talk about light skinned niggas all day.
yeah, right.
Stereotypes about that.
That we
Do
saw.
that get to you?
It don't. But
That's you as a man. That's you as a.
your fatherhood is different.
But you can only be the best father that you can be to your kid or kids. And you can't worry about what somebody else is going to say.
Facts. Where's your glass?
I had to clean mine out. I'm light skinned.
Oh damn, he just fucking got the whole stereotype right. Listen, he gonna drink his beer. We gonna toast it. We gonna toast the black father
We done
stereotype.
for the day. Oh wait, look, here you go. He gonna take his shot.
Yeah,
we done for the day.
we gonna do with the black father stereotype. You know, like it's
some
hard,
shit.
but we good fathers. There's some good fathers out there that gotta know who they is. I mean, I think if anything, the baby mother and the father should just talk about communication. It's key.
Okay.
It's very key.
Yes.
And then like instead of going to the court and doing all that bullshit,
Sometimes you gotta take a motherfucker to court.
I understand.
You might take a bitch
I understand
to court.
it. I mean, you gotta do that sometimes if you can't communicate. So my thing with communication is key.
Man, stop fucking everybody and talk about on your first date. If you got pregnant, how will we raise this kid? It's
But
questions.
you gotta look at it, like some people is definitely false, bro. So like a lot of niggas give you fucking false.
Yeah, but learn them false prophecies that's going out here.
You're right, but that being said,
Let the church say amen.
It's
Church say amen, man.
handshake
Listen.
ain't showing what's going on.
snake's hands. So with that being said, communication, man. You
Black
gotta
dads.
communicate with the kids.
Niggas is real.
And baby
We
fathers.
exist.
Good fathers, man. Oh yeah. Good baby godfather.
What?
Godfather, I'm sorry. Good godfather.
Yeah, because I'm beat that nigga ass because that nigga ain't doing good in school. He lucky the corona going out. I don't know what his ass is.
So now Mario, you got